There is not a major cultural issue in our department.
We've got a denial tonight from Fairfax County's fire chief to a charge that his department is tolerating a culture of sexual harassment. A resignation letter from Battalion Chief Kathleen Stanley lists some 20 allegations from female firefighters. Chief Richard Bowers says the allegations are misleading.
As far as any violations of sexual harassment, discrimination, whatever zero tolerance means, action is taken. And action has been taken in any of the referenced items within that email.
As Chief Bowers spoke, several women firefighters stood behind him in support of the chief and the department's leadership. Now, our Peggy Fox has been on this story from the very beginning. Peggy, you were out there for the news conference. What do you make of that scene, the show of support for the chief?
Well, I've seen it before, actually. You know, it might seem kind of odd in this era of Me Too that all these women would be standing behind him, but it appears that there's a majority of women who have not experienced problems. In fact, there was a woman lieutenant firefighter who delivered the cultural assessment survey that was done. They surveyed most of the women firefighters. There's less than 200. And 95% of them responded in that survey said that they did not have a problem. So that is not a surprise that they were there. But, and that doesn't mean that some women have had a problem. In fact, Battalion Chief Kathleen Stanley, who has had a 30-year career as a firefighter, she has 2 master's degrees and a wealth of experience. She says she sees problems and she knows there's problems because she's talked to people. And she says it doesn't mean that there's a large number. It doesn't matter that there's a large number. Take a listen.
It was just getting to the point where it was breaking my heart to see the women coming to me and going through that environment. And it's a small fraction of them, but with that small fraction, we should be able to do the right thing. All the lawsuits I've read that have won keep reiterating the same thing. Fairfax County Fire and Rescue has not provided a hassle-free, harassment-free environment. It's a very small portion, but I would like that to be gone altogether.
So the problems came to light back in 2016 after firefighter Nicole Mittendorf committed suicide. Yesterday, her husband called for Fire Chief Richard Bowers to resign. Bowers said today that he has no plans to resign. He says he's the right person to lead this department and continue to make changes. You heard Kathleen Stanley talk about those lawsuits. I know of 3 lawsuits over the past few years, and they all are suing over sexual harassment and retaliation, and some even name Richard Bowers in those complaints. And so I asked Chief Bowers, I said, you know, because of those lawsuits, the fact that you are a defendant in those lawsuits and named as a problem among some of these people, shouldn't you have an independent investigation? And he said that he would talk to the county executive about that. Bruce?
Peggy, just a quick question. The women that were there apparently in support of the chief, did anybody ask them any questions? Did the chief ask them if they wanted to say something?
You know, they were offered to come and speak, and we saw one of the women stand up and say that she loves this department and they've been nothing but helpful, and she has full support of all of her male counterparts. And there was only one woman who spoke out, but I've talked to other women. I mean, there are plenty of women who love being in this fire department and have had no problems. But again, that doesn't mean that some do have problems.
Got it. Okay, Peggy Fox. Thanks, Peggy.